All right, so the Eastern Conference has been filled with surprises so far in the early part of the season. I just did a video about the Atlanta Hawks that have been really good as a team in the absence of Trae Young. You also have this Detroit Pistons team that we knew was going to be good this season, but number one in the Eastern Conference level good, I'm not sure a lot of us had those expectations, but right now, that's how good they have been. You can also throw the Toronto Raptors in that conversation as well. They have the number 3 spot in the East, sitting at a 9-5 record. And they're doing it with a very, very strong two-way attack. Right now, they have a top 10 offense and also a top 10 defense across the entire league. Diving a little bit into those offensive numbers, they're number 8 in offensive rating, and they're also sitting at the number 6 spot in assist percentage. And they also play a mature style of basketball. They're doing a good job at keeping control of the ball, sitting at the number 3 spot in assist to turnover ratio and number 6 in turnover percentage. So again, a high amount of their looks are coming off of assist, and they're also doing a really, really good job at keeping control of the basketball. There is nothing more dangerous than a team that knows how to play well off of one another and also knows how to keep control of the basketball. Diving into their defense, right now they're sitting at number 6 in opponents' field goals made and also number 9 in opponents' field goal attempts. So they are not letting their opponents get a lot of shots up and also make a lot of shots. They're also number 1 in opponents' three-point percentage, which does make sense when you look at how much length they have between guys like Brandon Ingram and Scottie Barnes and RJ Barrett. On top of that, they're sitting at the number 9 spot in forced turnovers and also number 9 in opponents' assists, meaning they're doing a good job at forcing their opponents to stagnate a bit on offense. So again, just elite level two-way numbers, and the offense is a bit more interesting when you think about the fact that their starting lineup has not truly clicked together just yet, right? The lineup of Scottie Barnes and Brandon Ingram and RJ Barrett has not been spectacular yet so far this season. Those guys have not been at their best when they're on the court together. And that makes a lot of sense when you consider the fact that these guys are not really amazing three-point shooters. Scottie Barnes has been good from 3, making 40% of his looks, but RJ Barrett has not been great from 3. Brandon Ingram has not been great from 3. Looking at the rest of that starting lineup, Emmanuel Quickley has been solid from the three-point line, but also Jakob Poeltl has not obviously been a great three-point shooter. So that starting lineup has not clicked offensively, and again, it makes sense when you consider the fact that they're not doing an amazing job as a floor spacing unit. But despite a really strange offensive performance from their starting lineup, they still remain as one of the best offenses in the entire league. You can also attribute that to a very strong bench attack of guys like Jamal Shead, Grady Dick, who has been really good this season off the reserves. You have Colin Murray Boyles, who has been solid in his rookie year. You have Sandro Mamukelashvili coming off the bench. Like, it seems like whenever they plug one of those bench guys in the game, the offense immediately starts to click and open up. So their bench performance has been great, and also, again, as I said, explains their solidity on the offensive end. And I'm not saying their starting lineup has been flat out horrible. They are trending in the right direction, but still, it is unique to know that they have an elite level offense without a starting lineup that is playing really, really well together. And you cannot talk about the Toronto Raptors without having a conversation about Scottie Barnes, who once again is putting up some amazing all-around numbers. Right now, he's putting up 19 points along with 7 assists and 5 assists per game. He literally had that stat line last season, and he is doing it again here early on in this season. But one thing he did add is a strong three-point attack. He is knocking down a career best 40% of his looks from downtown and has found a good volume to shoot three-pointers at, shooting around 3.7 attempts per game. Barnes has been perfect as this secondary shot creator and secondary playmaker. If you know Barnes, you know that he is not this amazing one-on-one isolation player who's doing a great job at creating his own looks off the dribble. A high percentage of his shots and points are coming off of assist, and that is a microcosm of the Raptors offense as a whole. But nonetheless, Barnes is dominating in that secondary playmaker and secondary creator sort of role. He has been this amazing Draymond Green-esque player, right? Almost reminiscent of prime Draymond Green, where he was doing a good job at playmaking and also knocking down shots when he was open and matching that with a strong defensive attack. Just a really, really good all-around basketball player who is not requiring the ball in his hands 24/7 to make things happen. Again, strong connective playmaker, strong secondary shot creator, knows how to finish plays at a high level, and is also holding it down as this defensive anchor for this team at the power forward position. His archetype is the exact type of archetype that championship level teams want to have. Flat out. Every championship level team, every contender wants a player like Scottie Barnes. Somebody who can pretty much do it all and does not require a ton of isolations or a complex offensive set to get his own looks. He knows how to get things done and work with what he's got, and that is reflective through his numbers and his performance on the court here for this team. So this team is doing great, and I know I did mention that there have been some fit issues between Scottie Barnes and Brandon Ingram and also RJ Barrett, but those guys individually have been great and have been contributing as well. Brandon Ingram is a 20-point per game player who's making almost 50% of his shots, and a lot of these are contested mid-range looks. RJ Barrett has been almost 20 points a game, sitting right at 19 points a game so far this season. So those guys individually have been great. I know those guys on the court together have not fully clicked just yet, but they are trending in the right direction, which is very good for this team and their outlook this season. So I love it. I love the unselfish style of play. I love the bench production. I love the defense. They have the makings of a team that could make a sleeper deep run in the Eastern Conference playoffs, especially with how deep the Eastern Conference is this year.